All right. Good evening, everyone. I hope you are able to hear me. Yes. Very good. So good evening, Dhanush, Anisha, Shreya, Sakshi, Ganesh, Sakshya, Sushma, Viresh, Ravi Kumar, Meghna, Chetna, Sanjana, Parvati, Advait, Chaitra, Lasya, Monisha, Naren, Khushi. Good morning, guys. Morning, Varsha. Morning, Dhanush. Shubh Sandhya, Pritesh. Good evening, Mukta Muni. Good evening, Anish. Good evening, Pranav. Good evening, Ganesh. हाँ वो बाय डिफॉल्ट एरर है. गुड इवनिंग प्रतीक्षा. चलो, we'll not delay much. So what are we going to learn? We are going to learn chapter 6 of your textbook, that is metallurgy. In our language it is metallurgy. In your textbook it's a name called general isolation and principles of isolation, right? General principles of isolation methods, right? That's the chapter basically, right? Extraction and isolation of metals in general. So what you will be studying in this chapter is basically how metallurgy. Metallurgy you have studied in class 10th very basically. To some small extent you have studied it in class 10th. Correct? So what you'll be in general studying, you'll be studying about what are the ores of the metal, what is the difference between mineral and ore. Then you'll be studying about different stages of metallurgy, concentration of ore, then conversion of ore into its oxide, then reduction of oxide to metal, then metal which you get, you need to purify it. You have already done the same process for copper in your class 10th. Remember electrolytic refining of copper? Remember? Yes. So same thing. You need to do it here also. Okay? All right. So let's move. So I have uploaded the notes here in the slides. So don't focus too much on notes. Focus on what I am trying to explain and what I am trying to speak. That is more important, right? Yeah, leaching and all is also here. So basically, most of it you have done it in class 10. Some of it you may not have done it. Yeah, this chapter is cancelled for your board exams. So for PU board, whatever we have finished till now is there in this syllabus. This chapter is not there in PU board. Okay? According to the reduced syllabus. Right. So we are starting with metallurgy. Right. So I'll just read out the definition and explain them, which will save some of our time. Okay? It's good they removed this. Why? Chalo, good. It's the method of extraction, isolation, and purification of elements. So, extraction of metal from its ore, right? Extraction of ore of the metal, then isolation of metal from its ore, right? After getting the metal, purifying your metal is known as metallurgy. Okay? For example, aluminium ka ore is aluminium oxide, bauxite ore. So, from this, you'll extract aluminium. The aluminium which you get, you'll further purify it. This whole process of getting purified aluminium from its ore is known as metallurgy. Okay? Isolation means separate. Yes. Now, what is the difference between mineral and ore? There's a very small difference between mineral and ore. Okay? You'll study similar kind of difference in the last chapter also. Mineral is a substance in which metal is present in either native form or combined state. Okay? मतलब element or metal in general. Metal can be present in a combined state. For example, aluminum is present as oxides, zinc is present as zinc sulfide. So it is mineral represents a compound or substance in which a metal is present either in combined state or in pure state. Okay? So if metal is available in nature in any chemical form, that form is known as mineral. ठीक है? Example, bauxite ore is the bauxite is an ore of aluminium. You can say bauxite is a mineral of aluminium also. Both are correct. ठीक है? Now, then what is the difference between ore and mineral? What is ore? Ore represent those minerals from which metal can be extracted profitably and economically, and this is known as ore. ठीक है? Let's say somewhere in Karnataka you got huge deposits of gold. Have you heard I guess this year's news or last year's news? This year only. Did you hear the news कि Sonbhadra में huge gold mines have been found in Uttar Pradesh? Did you hear that news? In Sonbhadra, Uttar Pradesh, huge gold mines, world's highest deposit of the gold has been found. Did you hear that? Yes. You didn't hear. So go home and hear. So media had created a huge buzz around it. कि world's largest gold mine has been found in Sonbhadra, Uttar Pradesh. Then why India is still so poor if they got the big mine of ore? Sorry, big mine of gold. Still, why gold is very expensive nowadays? That is the difference. They got a mineral of ore, right? Can you extract the gold from it profitably? Can the machinery which you will employ there will have some cost? Let's say you can extract a gold of 5 rupees by employing a machinery of 6 rupees. That's not profitable, right? So those minerals only, so that can be said as mineral, but that cannot be said as ore. So ore are those minerals from which you can extract your metal profitably. Okay? Is that clear? So that is a very good example of what you can understand. Okay? So when people started reading about it, they were like, India is going to be very rich. And then Narendra Modi and Yogi Adityanath were like gods. They have created a new gold mine. Lord Kuber has directly stepped into India. So all those things had happened. Yeah, KGF was also a gold mine. Right? So these are mines, they are not ores. Remember that. Okay? So in short, you can say every ore is a mineral. Every ore is a mineral, right? But every mineral cannot be an ore. So ore are those minerals from which you can extract your metal profitably and economically. Okay? Yes, you are right, Asar. Now, what are gangue or matrix? You will come across this term also. What is gangue or matrix? So gangue or matrix in general represent non-metallic impurities which are present in ore. So along with your ore, let's say aluminium oxide ore, or generally copper ore, copper sulfide ore. So copper sulfide ore contains some iron oxide impurities, right? Or some other clay, dust, sand. There are some unwanted impurities which is present in your ore. So those impurities are called gangue or matrix. The unwanted impurities present in the ore is known as gangue or matrix. Now we are going towards the process of metallurgy. The process of metallurgy, always remember, it is very important. What you are going to study in this chapter is this only. The process of metallurgy is divided into 4 parts. Concentration of ore, followed by conversion of ore to metal oxide or metal sulfide. Either you will convert your ore. If your ore is carbonate ore, you will convert it to oxide. If your ore is sulfide ore, you may convert it to oxide. So all your ores are either converted to oxide or converted to sulfide. Okay? So the reduction of ore, let's say zinc carbonate, you can heat it and convert it to zinc oxide. Right? So basically all the ores, reduction of the metal oxide, all the ores are converted to metal oxide or metal sulfide. That is your second step. So first step is concentration of ore. What is concentration of ore? Removing these gangue or matrix, unwanted impurities. Removal of unwanted impurities. Removal of unwanted impurities. Removal of unwanted impurities is known as concentration of ore. Okay? After you have removed dust, sand, clay, impurities and all, then you'll convert your ore into either oxide or sulfide of the metal. ठीक है? Why oxide and sulfide only? Because oxide and sulfides are easily reduced to their metals. Their reduction potentials, their reduction potential such that they can easily get reduced to metal. Now, the next step is you'll get oxide or sulfide. So let's say you got zinc oxide. Then you'll reduce your zinc oxide to metal. Right? You'll remove the oxygen. You'll convert your metal oxide to metal. That is your third step of extraction. The fourth step of extraction is you'll get zinc, but the zinc you'll get will be impure. You'll purify your zinc by refining. There are various methods. When you studied it in 10th, you studied the outline. Now you'll see what are the different methods used in concentration. What are the different methods used for conversion of metal oxide, conversion of ore to metal oxide? What are the different methods used for refining of metal? What are the different methods for reduction of metal oxide to metal? Okay, so this is what we are going to study now. Okay, this is what is going to be our study today. So today we will learn the concentration of ore. What are the different methods we need to study for concentration of ore? And it used to come in board exams. Now it will not come, right? But NEET and JEE will get one question odd on this, right? So first, concentration of ore. It is the process of removal of unwanted impurities from ore of the metal. किसी भी ore से unwanted impurities को remove करना है तो उस process को concentration of ore कहते हैं. The first method is levitation. Leviation याद मत रखना. Gravity separation is very important word to understand what is this process. Leviation or gravity separation, right? So there are principle. I'll read out the principle and then explain you the working. It is based on difference in densities of impurities and ore. Matlab impurities and ore में से one of them will be lighter, other will be heavier. So we use that difference. Let's say best example. Do you remember? It is similar to that. You know, in home, if you have seen the homemakers or your housewives, generally they do this, right? I don't know what is that technique called. I forgot its name. Flowing or something, sewing, right? Rice or something. They will remove haze from the rice, right? Dusty particles from the rice are removed like this by flying the rice in the air, right? Winnowing, whatever. So that process is also kind of uses the density difference. Okay? In that also your impurities contains, in that process also your impurities are lighter. So they, when you make them jump or when you throw them in air, the impurities are thrown away because they are lighter. So similarly, here also you'll use the difference in densities of ore and impurities. Okay? So difference in densities of ore and impurity is used, right? Usually impurities are lighter, important, whereas the metal are heavier. Impurities are lighter and metal ores are heavier. Now working. The powdered ore is introduced. I'll show you the diagram. I'll draw the diagram first. I'll explain this method and then go to the ores. Actually, I have to teach you the ores first. Right. So what you generally do here is, अरे हाँ भाई, विस्कोसिटी और बॉयंट फोर्स जो होता है डिफरेंट क्यों लगता है? Tell me one thing, Ganesh. Why do your rice particles and these particles get different forces? Because they have different weight, na? If they have same weight, do you think so buoyant force and this force applied on them will be different? Tell me that. Their weight is different. Their mg is different. That's the reason they're getting the different buoyant force, right? The major difference is density only. You are thinking about which force is applicable on it. Okay? So now, if you see, the method is something like this. Although there is a diagram at the back, it will be something like this. Right. So what you'll do is you'll introduce your ore somewhere here. Right. You'll introduce your ore here. Now what you'll do is you'll keep hearths here in between. ठीक है. Now what you'll do is you'll keep a turbine here. You'll keep a turbine here, and then you will allow the water to fall on this turbine. You will throw water into this turbine. Okay. So when water is thrown on this turbine, what will happen due to that? So the turbine will increase the speed of the water. So all that water will fall onto your ore. All that water will fall onto your ore. So when water falls on your ore, it will wash away all the lighter impurities. So all the lighter impurities are washed away first, and all the lighter impurities will be collected somewhere here. Okay? So when you throw water on it, you'll get lighter impurities here. Whereas your ore particles will be collected somewhere here. Some at the top, and since they are heavier, they will move very less. So you'll have your ore particles here. Okay? You can say it is like hydraulic washing. You can say that. Okay? Yes. Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear, everyone? Very easy principle. Nothing to think much about it. Is that clear, everyone? Chalo. Let's move ahead. So this is your basic first method, levitation or gravity separation. Just a minute. Yeah. So now another important part is sometimes CET वगैरह में they generally ask कि इस metal का ore क्या है. You have studied it in class 10th also. So these are some important ores. So these are some important ores which you can remember. Ideally जो textbook वाले हैं उतने याद कर लो, that is sufficient. But once go through this also. This is sufficient. Textbook has missed one or two important ones, like Cinnabar they have missed for mercury, they have missed galena for lead. So these are the important ones which they have missed. So you can go through all these ores. So tomorrow when you come back, there will be a recall test on this. Okay? So I want all of you to remember all these ores. Aluminum ka ore is bauxite, its formula is this. Diaspar, its formula is this. Corundum formula is Al2O3. Kyanite, मतलब remember as much as you can. ठीक है? Iron के सारे ore याद होने चाहिए. You can't skip anyone. ठीक है? Iron ores are important. Copper imports are important. The copper malachite is very important. Copper pyrite is very important. Copper glance is very important. These are very important ore of copper. ठीक है? Then zinc के तीनों ore important है. ठीक है? So these are the lead के ores. Lead के ores are not given in textbook. So please go through it. Magnesium, these are the ores. Tin and silver, these are the ores. So by tomorrow, try to by heart it or do whatever you want. At least make some jugaad for remembering them. Yes, ideally you should remember their formulas also. Galena was in P block, first P. I know, lead sulfide. Okay? Is hematite rust? No, hematite is a ore. You can say it's a kind of rust, but it's a ore of iron. Okay? So this name of ores is important for your CET exam. It's important for in case your exam comes very easy. Okay? So in case your exam comes easy, they may ask which of the following is the correct formula of copper malachite, or they can give you a question of matching the question of with ores. So these kind of questions are very common. We'll do. All of you, please take a screenshot. देखो ध्यान से some important ores. I'm just marking out some important ores here जो मुझे पता है important है. Bauxite is important. ठीक है? Diaspar and corundum are important. Hematite, magnetite, siderite, iron, pyrite. These are important iron ores. ठीक है? All ore are either sulfides or oxides, most of them. ठीक है, because their reduction to their metals are easy. And then copper pyrite, copper glans, cuprite, malachite. These are 4 important ores of copper. Then zinc blend, zinc calamine, zincite. All 3 are important. Lead में generally galena is sufficient. If you want, you can remember cerussite also. ठीक है, फुल पेज फॉर स्क्रीनशॉट एक बार में नहीं आएगा यार, वो तुम्हें बहुत छोटा छोटा दिखेगा फिर. You will look, it will look very very small to you guys. ठीक है. Then dolomite for magnesium is important, magnesite is important, kaolinite is important, Epsom salt is important. टिन का एक ही और है, याद कर लो. सिल्वर का सिल्वर ग्लैंस is important. So these are ones which I have ticked. They should definitely be by hearted. ठीक है. When will this page be uploaded? With today's notes only. It will be uploaded with today's notes. ठीक है. तो वैसे तो इतने सारे और हैं कि तुम लोग याद नहीं कर पाओगे. You will not be able to remember all the ores, but at least try to remember the ones which I have ticked. ठीक है. These are very important. Right? So I can show you it in one page. Right? But it will be a blur for you. ठीक है. चलो, let's move ahead. I have ticked almost पूरा. बताऊं कितने छोड़े हैं? I'll tell you कितने छोड़े हैं. 1 I left, 2 I left, 3 I left, then 4 I left, 5 I left, 6 I left. I left 6 ores, man. क्या बात कर रहा है? I have left 6 ores, Pritesh. Right? चलो, let's move ahead. Yeah, all of you have noted, taken it down. At least the screenshot part. We are going to do a question on this. I just want to tell you how the question can come on it. Right. So we are moving ahead to a question on it. देखो, this type of question you can expect. देखो, इसमें कुछ और तुम्हें नहीं भी पता होंगे तो बाकी मैच दी फॉलोइंग से कर सकते हो, है ना. So I'll give you the poll. You can quickly choose. देखो, ये चैप्टर you can study on your own, but कुछ चीजें हैं जो तुम्हें समझ नहीं आएंगी. For that you attend classes. Next 2 chapters is your wish. इस चैप्टर में लिंगम डायग्राम एंड ऑल है जो समझना है. If you match one also, it's fine. By matching only one option, you can answer this. By matching only one option, you can answer this. तो देखो, ऐसे ऐसे क्वेश्चन आ जाए तो कितना आसान लगता है ना. बट इसी में if you don't have that table with you and you forgot that, then it feels very bad कि हाँ, I should have remembered, है ना. वैसा school student can also answer this. Correct? Yes, Rohan, correct. चलो, we'll end it. That's what I was saying, Pranav. चलो, let's end it on a count of 3, 2, 1. That's a pretty easy one. Yeah. So we know if you match only calamine, calamine is zinc carbonate, correct? So calamine is a ore of zinc. Calamine is a ore of zinc. So A matches with 3. Your answer is B. Finished. Then you can check others also. B, barytes. Barytes is a ore of barium, right? Cinnabar, mercury, HGS, limestone, calcium carbonate. Okay, you can check that. So you can either check A or you can check D. Any of these two, if you check, your job is done. Let's move ahead. I have already told you one concentration method, that is levitation or gravity separation. Okay. So levitation or gravity separation का principle I have already explained you कि lighter impurities will be washed away and ore particles will be collected on the earths because they are heavier. ठीक है. Now we are moving towards next method, that is magnetic separation. That is magnetic separation. Poll results भी चाहिए. Oh, is it? That's what I also said, Tejaswini. You can either do it with the calcium or zinc, any of these two. Right. Let's move ahead. Right. Now, magnetic separation. How does this work? Okay, I will read out, then I'll explain you the working. So it is based on the principle that either ore or impurities possess magnetic properties. Usually ore are magnetic and impurities are non-magnetic. Matlab, Pranav, ignore. So what I was saying, it is based on the principle that either your ore is magnetic or impurities are magnetic. Generally what happens, your ores are magnetic and impurities are non-magnetic. Magnetic matlab which will be attracted by magnet. Okay? So beta Atharv, I said you almost same ही है. Almost. Right. Why Atharv? In textbook they are given different kya? Right. So what I said here, huh. So magnetic separation, what we do generally do is, if you take a coil, heating coil, okay, it's a conveyor belt. It's a conveyor belt, right? You will introduce your ore here. No, ore will not be broken into smaller pieces. Listen carefully. You will take your ore here. It contains ore, metal also, and impurities also, right? So now you will move it slowly on conveyor belt. It will keep on moving. These rods in the end of the conveyor belt are magnetic. You have kept strong magnet here. You have kept strong magnetic rods here. Okay? So when the belt will move along with it, what will happen? What will happen? Only the magnetic particles will be staying in touch with the rod. The rod will attract only the magnetic species, which will be able to continue along the belt. The non-magnetic impurities will be thrown away here due to gravity. Okay? So only the magnetic species will be able to travel. So the only difference will be impurities will fall here. Sorry, ore particles will fall here and impurities will fall here. That is the only difference. So since your metal particles are magnetic, they will continue along with magnet. Magnet will attract them. So they will come and fall here due to gravity. Non-magnetic particles will fall here only due to gravity. Impurities. Okay? So using this method, you can separate your magnetic ore with non-magnetic impurities. Right? Is that clear, everyone? कोई doubt इसमें किसी को भी, तो please tell clearly. Quickly and clearly. If you have any doubt, please ask. Only viable for iron and nickel? Yes, you can say that, because you can use only for those metals which are magnetic, which have some magnetic properties. You cannot use it for diamagnetic substances. Right? Iske examples you can read from textbook. Okay? Now we are moving towards the most important, that is Froth flotation process. You can use it for Froth flotation process. So what is Froth flotation process? Okay? Now, Froth flotation process thoda bada hai. There are few things you need to know about it. First is, it is mainly used for sulfide ores and most widely used also. Very important from your competitive exam also. So it is mainly used for sulfide ores. You cannot use it for oxides. It is used only for sulfides. The second principle of it. What is the principle of this method? It is based on the principle of difference in wetting tendency of ore and gangue particles. Matlab, you can wetting tendency matlab, one of them will be wetted by oil, one of them will be wetted by water. Matlab, one of them will be, if you take some substance, it may not get wetted by water, but it may get wetted by water, oil. Wetted matlab, what do we say? You can say dissolve in it, in a way. You can say dissolve in it. Yes, gangues are impurities, correct. Now, so what we said here, difference in wetting tendency of ore and gangue particles. So gangue particles will be wetted by, you can say polar, non-polar also. That is also fine. Matlab, one of them will be wetted by water, other will be wetted by oil. That is the difference. So we'll use that difference for the extraction. Sorry, concentration. Now working. Usually surface of ore is hydrophobic, whereas the gangue particles are hydrophilic. Now you should have understood. So sir, if you take ore, the surface of ore is hydrophobic, whereas the gangue particles inside impurities or gangue is hydrophilic. ठीक है. Now, अरे नहीं भाई, ओर का जो सरफेस है that is hydrophobic, and जो impurities present है ओर में they are hydrophilic. That is the meaning of it. Now, therefore, ore particles are preferentially wetted by pine oil. Since the ore का जो surface है, ore particles जो हैं, ore is wetted by oil, मतलब it is non-polar, so it cannot be wetted by water. So इसीलिए your ore will be wetted by pine oil. Oil is also almost non-polar, hydrophobic. ठीक है? And the impurities, since they are hydrophilic, will be wetted by water. Right? This is the working which we are going to use. So ore is wetted by oil. Impurities are hydrophilic, they are wetted by water. Now what happens? Please understand the diagram carefully. So here is your ore particles. Okay? Now what happens is there is a water layer below it. Okay? When you throw in the hot air, what will happen? And you keep rotating this stirrer. So what will happen? The oil layer will go up and the water layer will come down. Right? Oil layer will go up and water layer will come down. So all the impurities from ore will fall into the water layer. Right? And all the ore particles will go into the oil layer. So there will be two layers. Right? So since oil is lighter, so oil will rise up. Along with oil, ore particles will go. Water has more density, so along with the water, the impurities will go down. So impurities, since it is hydrophilic, it will go down with water. So when you are stirring it at high speed and hot air is blowing in, so due to air, these ore particles will form froth. These oil particles will form froth, which will float on the surface of water. Okay? So this froth will float on the surface of water. That is why it is called froth flotation process. How will you separate it out? You will decant off the froth. Decant मतलब हाथ से ऐसे निकाल देंगे. जैसे मलाई निकालते हैं ना? Have you seen मलाई निकालते हुए? It is removed by hand. I don't know whether you have seen it or not. It is removed by hand. So that process is called decanting. So similarly, you'll remove the froth from your hand. Using your hand, you'll remove the froth from the surface. Froth मतलब झाग. You can say झाग. अरे leather, froth you don't understand. How do I tell you froth? You don't understand झाग क्या in Hindi? बब डिटर्जेंट में froth बनता है ना? डिटर्जेंट में वो बनता है ना? बुराग in Kannada, whatever. Scum नहीं है. Scum is different thing. अतर. Scum is precipitate. Froth, अरे English definition नहीं चाहिए. Burag in Kannada, whatever. Lather you can say. In Kannada, I don't know. It is called burag maybe. ठीक है? तो foam, you can say foam. So that is called, हाँ. So that is called your froth. ठीक है? तो now froth के अंदर you have got ore and water के अंदर you have got impurities. So you have separated both of them. ठीक है? When you liquefy, ore won't become steam. Why will you liquefy it? Froth को cool down करो, अपने आप settle down हो जाएगा वो. Froth will itself settle down. Pranav, you don't have to do anything. Froth will itself settle down and ore particles will be separated from it. Froth को तुम्हें कुछ करना थोड़ी पड़ता है, it itself settles down. Now the point here is it's not that easy. It's not like froth will easily go up and water will easily come down. So this process involves some chemicals, right? It's all chemical game. So which chemicals you use for the formation of froth? That is important. So the components of froth flotation. So the first component is frothers. The first component is frothers. What is the role of frother? So function of frother is to stabilize the froth. Example, pine oil. The pine oil which you are using here, in which froth is going, that pine oil is acting as frother. If that pine oil was not there, the ore, which was hydrophobic, cannot go up. Why? You should understand why ore is going up, because oil is going up. Why oil is going up? Because it is lighter than water. And why ore is going up with oil? Because ore is hydrophobic and oil is also hydrophobic. They will interact with each other, and along with oil, ore will also go up. So the role of frothers is to take ore along with them to stabilize the froth. Okay. Now the second chemical is collectors. Collectors. These are used to absorb ore particles, so they help the ores in coming up with froth. Okay. So their sole job is that the ore particles on the oil layer, they have to get absorbed. So the froth particles should get absorbed on the surface of froth or oil layer, so that they can go along with the froth. If this adsorption don't occur, oil will go up and froth ore particles will remain down. Okay. So the role of there is to absorb ore particles, so they help the ore particles in coming up with froth. Example, you can take ethyl xanthate, potassium ethyl xanthate, etc. Okay, you can take ethyl xanthate, potassium ethyl xanthate, etc. Formula is not important, naam yaad rakho. Examples are important. Activators. What is the role of activators? They help the collector to stay attached to the particles to be floated. Now, the role of collectors is to make the ore particles adsorb on the oil layer. Now, if this adsorbed particles stay continuously on froth, they should not get detached. That role is served by your activators. So your activator's job is to make sure the ore particles adsorb on froth do not get desorbed. Okay? Do not get detached. They help the collector to stay attached to the particles to be floated. ठीक है? तो जो particles पे collectors लगे हुए हैं, उनको they will allow the collectors to attach to the particles which has to be floated, so that they can bind with oil and come up. ठीक है? So they increase non-wettability of ore by water. ठीक है? मतलब they will make sure कि the ore become more hydrophobic. They should become even more hydrophobic, so that water will not attract them. If water is not attracting them, they will be attracted by what? They will be attracted by pine oil. So example is copper sulfate. Okay? So copper sulfate role is to make sure your collectors ethyl xanthate, which is present on the ore particles, remain there. It should not be like collectors are gone somewhere else. So that when these collectors go and bind to the oil or froth, they stay there for a long time, so that they can be frothed. Right? That's the main process of each chemical here. Now this one is very, very important. Okay? Depressants. What is the role of depressants? Let us say this method is used for sulfide ore. Let us say you have two sulfide ores, zinc sulfide and copper sulfide, and you want one of them to form froth, other not to form froth. Then how will you ensure that? So if you want one of the sulfide ore to form froth and other not to form froth, for that process you use something called depressants. Okay? Example, when we have a mixture of sulfide ore, and we want one of the mixture to form froth, then depressant is added, so that it can preferentially depress the froth formation of other ore. Okay, so if there are, these are specific, yes, these are specific. Okay, so if there is a mixture of two sulfide ore, you want only one sulfide ore to be frothed, right? So in that case, you add depressant so that one of the sulfide ore will be stopped from forming froth. One of the sulfide ore will not form froth. Very important. Okay. Example: KCN, NaCN, sodium carbonate are used as depressants. So for in general example, we have taken lead sulfide and zinc sulfide. Okay. If you want only lead sulfide to form froth, then what you should do? You don't want zinc sulfide to form froth. So then NaCN is used as a depressant. NaCN is used as a depressant. So what is the role of NaCN? NaCN will combine with zinc sulfide to form this complex ZnCN whole twice. To form this complex ZnCN whole twice 2 minus. No, not 2 minus. It will be neutral. Yeah. So ZnCN whole twice, this complex will be formed. Now this complex is soluble in water, right? So NaCN job is to combine with zinc sulfide to form a complex which is water soluble, so that zinc sulfide can come in the aqueous layer in the bottom, and lead sulfide will form the froth in the top layer, oil layer. Okay. So the main role of these depressants is they will combine with one of the sulfide ore and stop them from forming froth by making them soluble in water, right? So this is all about your froth flotation. Is that clear? This is all about your flow flotation. We'll finish leaching and we are done with concentration of ore. Yeah. To get lead here. Yes, we'll get lead here. After removing lead sulfide, you can again make zinc sulfide form froth. Okay? You can again make zinc sulfide form froth after removing lead sulfide. Okay? Yes. Anyone having any doubt? You can quickly ask. This was very important, called froth flotation. Now we are moving towards next method called leaching for the concentration of mainly aluminium ore. Leaching is mainly used for aluminium ore के concentration के लिए. तो देखो, it is the, now इसका principle क्या है, how it is performed? It is the process in which ore is concentrated by chemical reaction with a suitable reagent which dissolves the ore but not the impurities. मतलब you are going, principle is you are going to dissolve your ore in a suitable chemical reagent in which one of the ore or impurities will get dissolved and other will not get dissolved, right? So difference in solubilities, you can say. So you are using the difference in solubilities. So either ore or impurities has to be dissolved in your chemical reagent, which you will add. If two metals form, for that only you are using depressant, na? Atar, if two metals are forming froth simultaneously, you want to stop one of them from forming froth, you add depressant. For example, zinc sulfide and lead sulfide were forming froth together. We added NaCN. NaCN combined with zinc sulfide to stop it from forming froth. Okay? Now, working. So, for example, aluminium oxide, bauxite ore. Bauxite ore is leached with concentrated NaOH solution, okay, which dissolves aluminium, while the impurities like iron oxide, titanium oxide, silicon oxide remain undissolved. So when you add NaOH to aluminium oxide, bauxite ore, so aluminium oxide will get dissolved in NaOH. But impurities, iron oxide and titanium oxide will not get dissolved in NaOH. Okay? Now, why aluminium get dissolved in NaOH? For that, you have the 3-step reaction. वैसे तो बोलता मैं बोर्ड्स के लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, बट अब बोर्ड्स में है ही नहीं. तो नीट वगैरह के लिए भी the reactions are very important. Reactions are important for NEET. ठीक है? Now see this. Aluminium oxide dot 2H2O. This is known as your bauxite ore. This is your bauxite ore. So if you treat your bauxite ore with NaOH, what will happen? It will form sodium aluminate, NaAlO2. It will form sodium aluminate, NaAlO2 plus water, right? And sodium aluminate is water soluble. Most likely you'll study about it in your salt analysis also, right? Now AlO2, NaAlO2 this NaAlO2 will combine with CO2, right? It is allowed to combine with CO2. So when it combines with CO2, sodium will form sodium bicarbonate, NaHCO3, right? This reaction was there in P block, correct? So it combines with the bicarbonate to form NaHCO3 and Al2O3 is formed again. Okay? So you had converted your Al2O3.XH2O into sodium aluminate, right? It is water soluble. So only aluminium will combine with NaOH. Impurities are not combining. And impurities, if they are not combining, they are not soluble in water, right? Understand from this point of view. Aluminium is combining with NaOH to form a water soluble compound. So it will dissolve in water. What about the impurities? They are not combining with NaOH, so they remain as precipitate. So now you have got aluminium in pure form, insoluble form. You treated it with CO2 to get back aluminium oxide dot XH2O. This aluminium oxide dot XH2O now is again bauxite, but it is pure. It does not have these impurities because impurities did not dissolve in water. They were insoluble, precipitate. Okay. Now simply you heat it to 1410 Kelvin. All the water will be removed. You'll get Al2O3, which will be pure aluminium oxide. Okay. You'll get pure aluminium oxide. Is that clear? So this is your 3 reactions of leaching. Very, 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 very important. Anyone having any doubt in this, please quickly ask. We'll do questions on this. Yes. X is equals to 2. Yeah, generally X is 2, 2H2O. For other bauxite, X is 2. For other ores, it can be 1 also. Bauxite, it is 2. Okay? Yes. Any doubts? Yes, Athar, you are right. Anyone having any doubt, you can quickly ask. So this finishes your concentration methods. All the methods of concentrations are over. Okay? Chalo, let's move ahead. So we'll do a question on this Froth flotation. How do we separate 2 sulfide ores by Froth flotation? Very easy question. ऐसे ही क्वेश्चन जेई मेंस और नीट में आते हैं. जो थ्योरेटिकल चैप्टर है उससे you will get these type of questions only. But you should know what is the role of xanthates, what is the role of this. इसीलिए तुमको सब कुछ लिखवा दिया है, मतलब पढ़ा दिया है, लिख लेना. By using pine oil, by adjusting the proportion of oil to water, using depressant, by using collectors and force stabilizers like xanthates. By using some solvent in which one of the sulfide is soluble. Yes. ये चैप्टर एक्चुअली बहुत इजी है. इट्स अ वेरी इजी चैप्टर. You can say Rakshan. For your understanding, you can say. But एग्जाम में फ्रोथ ही लिखना. ऐसे तो बोर्ड में नहीं आएगा, बट जनरली तुम्हें एग्जाम में वर्ड फ्रोथ मिलेगा. या दिस इज अ रेक्टिफाइंग चैप्टर. बट देखो, आज जो भी मेथड तुमने पढ़े हैं 5 मेथड, उसके प्रिंसिपल क्या तुम्हें याद है? डू यू रिमेंबर द प्रिंसिपल नाउ? ग्रेविटी, सेपरेशन, दिस दैट. डू यू रिमेंबर द डायग्राम? फिनिश. Most rectifying part in this chapter is reactions. Reactions definitely you have to remember. Okay? No, there is a question after this also. Let's end it on a count of 3, 2, 1. The only problem in this part is reactions. Process के reactions याद रखने हैं. Some reactions, not all. बाकी it's manageable. P block से कम ही reaction याद रखने हैं. Yes, so obviously you have to use depressants for the purpose. You have to use depressants for the purpose, or adjusting the oil water ratio will also work, right? A ratio in which one of the sulfide ores is soluble, other is not. ठीक है? So the last D option was confusing, but remember, depressants are not solvents; they are chemical compounds. ठीक है? Solvents are used in leaching, right? Yes. So there comes your another question. Due to which of the following statements, or which of the following statements is correct about the role of collectors added during Froth rotation? Which of the following is correct about collectors? Yes, so you can do it quickly. Slightly confusing, right? All right. I've already got some correct answers. Very good. We'll wait for another 20 seconds. Please vote fast. We'll wait for another 20 seconds. Now I think I'm getting the right answers. But it is slightly confusing statement, so be careful. That's all I would say. Ending 2, 1. It is picked from NCERT like bio. हाँ, you can say that. But the confusing statements are there. So इसीलिए be careful while answering these type of questions. These type of questions are the generally ones which get you the negative marks. ठीक है? Right. So you remember my statement there, which I had made about collectors. Right? They help the ore particles in coming up with froth, not below the froth. So how they can help? How they can improve the? How they can help the ore particles to come up with froth? They will make sure that the ores are non-wettable by water. Okay? So therefore, your answer in that case will become collectors enhance the non-wettability of ore particles. Okay? That would be the more ideal answer, right? Considering the other options. This is definitely wrong. Settle down the froth to ho hi nahi sakta, right? 2-sulfide is for depressants. So either this or this. Obviously, gangue particles ka wettability, they don't increase. Right, they can increase only non-wettability of ore because they are used to collect ores on the top. Okay. Now, when we meet tomorrow, we'll start with the second step. Before that, you have to remember all the ores and come. Do not miss the ores. One question easily aata hai. Second step is, as I said, conversion of ore to metal oxide. Conversion of ore to its metal oxide. Let's say you have zinc carbonate ore, you'll convert it to its oxide. Right? So conversion of ore to its oxide is done by two processes, calcination and roasting. We have done both these methods in class 10th. Okay? Calcination we'll study in little, like calcination and roasting just पढ़ेंगे नहीं. उसकी वजह से ore पे क्या effect पड़ता है वो भी देखेंगे. We'll see both these methods tomorrow. ठीक है? So for today that is sufficient. Same line in the book, but instead of ore we have mineral in book. Maybe. ठीक है? तो just make sure tomorrow से पहले you revise all your ores. Make a chart, याद रखना जरूरी है. It's very important. ठीक है? So that's all for today. We'll move to your Kahoot and finish it off. This chapter I think will finish in another 2 days. Another 2 days बोले तो 26th तक we'll finish this chapter. Tomorrow we'll do conversion and reduction both. Then one day we need for different kind of extraction. That's all. Ellingham diagram will be done tomorrow. Correct. Metal oxide to metal, right? Ellingham diagram will be done tomorrow. Tomorrow Ellingham diagram we will finish. Don't worry. This roasting and calcination will not take more than 10 minutes. So we'll spend more times on this. Last 2 chapters is your wish. You have to read textbook. My job is I'll come. I'll take 1 or 2 lectures in both the chapters. My job is I will come and tell you what to read and how to read. That's all is my job. ठीक है? I will come tell you what are the polymers. Polymers बनाने कैसे? I would suggest attend कर लो. It will be useful. Because when you take a textbook, you'll be like क्या क्या पढूं, क्या क्या छोड़ूं. When you attend the class, that problem will not come. ठीक है? Don't worry, I'll finish it in 1 or 2 classes only. I'll not take more than that. Right. So your game pin is 5652916. 5652916. 5652916. Notes can you upload little early? I'll upload after the class only. Don't worry. I'll upload them after your class. ठीक है? Today's Kahoot is quite informative actually. Today's class is over. Yes, we are playing Kahoot now. We'll finish it off. Please log in quickly. We'll start in a span of 1 minute or maximum 2 minutes. So I suggest all of you to join quickly. Nahi Aditya, it is not yet. It's not yet. Today Kahoot is slow kya? I don't know, man. All right then, let's start. Pranav is still hanging out there, enjoying his days. Monisha is in. Pranav is in. I think we can start now. No, it's not about information technology. It's like Samanya Gyan, kind of. Now it feels logical chapters are better than Ratta Maru chapter. होता है, it happens. But everything is important in life. That's all I can say. अगर तुम्हारी लाइफ में मोनोटोनी आ गई, like only concepts, तो भी बोर हो जाओगे. ठीक है? तो हर चीज होनी चाहिए लाइफ में. You should have all the fun. Let's start. So don't go on the title. Kahoot is totally different. Yes. Unguessable, but ठीक है. It's about moon basically. 3 questions are from moon. How many times a kidney can purify blood in a day? Bio वालों को पता होना चाहिए. How many times a kidney can purify blood in a day? In one day, kidney can purify blood. How many times? Ayyo, Gautam, we started, man. Yes, and your answer is, oh my God, all the bio people are dying out there. bio वालों की किडनी निकाल के बेच देनी चाहिए. Right? It's 400 times. It's 400 times. सबका तुक्का नहीं, बायोलॉजी वाले भी तुक्का मार रहे हैं लग रहा है, बायो वालों को भी नहीं पता। यो चलो कोई नहीं, happens. Athar, Ravi Kiran, somebody ghost type, Gaurav, Janvi in top 5. Janvi, imagine by guess you being not a bio student also you are in top 5. Guess works matlab. Who is the supreme commander of Indian armed forces in India? Who is the supreme commander? Who directs the armed forces in India? Armed forces follows whose order? That's an easy question actually. If you follow thoda sa politics. That's an easy question if you follow even 5% politics. Very good. It is president. If you know when there is no state assembly, state government, then whose rule is applied to that state? President rule, Rashtrapati Sashan. Correct? And army protects the state in that case. Right? So that's how you should remember it. Let's move ahead. Top 5 change kya? Of course, it should be Athar, Gaurav, Sanat Soni, King Kohli, Basavraj in top 5. Let's move ahead. I know, Athar. Right. Black part of moon is always calm and dark. It is called the black spots on the moon. It is called those black spots on the moon. If I am not wrong, Apollo landed there. If I remember correct. It's Sea of Tranquility. I am surprised, man. Many of you know this. I was not knowing many of you will know this. That's good. Right, next one. Athar, Sanat Soni, Gaurav, King Kohli, Abhishek in top 5. Here comes the next one. Area of moon where there is no possibility of finding water is known as. Area of moon where there is no possibility of finding water is known as. Yes. Yes, and your answer is ocean of storms. It's not area of storms, it's known as ocean of storms. Right? तो इसमें देखो लोगों ने नोटा चूज किया है. None of these. They were believing my exam skills. कि हाँ, I'll put the questions like that. Good. So top पे Gaurav, Athar, Abhishek, Sanat, Mansi is in top 5. Great. Last question, again on moon. Why sky appears black from moon? Again, an easy question. Why sky, being a science student, you should not do it wrong. Why sky appears black from moon? Why sky appears black from moon? Yes. Chalo, great. But there are some people who still feel oxygen and CO2. It's lack of atmosphere. Atmosphere is responsible for your scattering of color, right? So until light is scattered, you will not see colors. So it is lack of atmosphere. Let's see the podium. I'm expecting some changes. On third, Abhishek, 4 out of 5 correct. Well played, Abhishek. 4 out of 5 correct. Sanat on second. Well played, Sanat. And on top, we have 4 out of 5 correct. Athar. Where is Gaurav gone, man? Aditi, finally. Finally, Aditi and Gaurav are in top 5. Well played, guys. That's all for today. Chalo, go home, take care. I'll upload the notes just now. You can take them after the class. ठीक है? Chalo. Take care, all of you. Have a good day ahead and may God bless you all. So short नहीं है यार. 3 मिनट बचे हैं बस. So short नहीं था. It's like topic जल्दी जल्दी निकल गया. So short कहाँ था? एक चैप्टर के 4 पार्ट में से एक पार्ट खत्म कर दिया हमने, 4 भी नहीं 3 पार्ट एक्चुअली। चलो, that's all for today. Take care all of you, have a good day ahead. Yes, we'll do that, Chandan. We have done it actually, Chandan. I had done it once. हाँ, that is true, Athar. चलो, take care all of you. Bye bye.